Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Deziel and today I'm going to show you how to make a plus size bodice block just like this one. So first what we're going to do, we're going to measure at the bust level the block that we're working or that we're starting with. And my block are size 10. I placed them the center front and center back together so I could simply measure across the bust from one underarm point to the other. My measurement here is now 50.5. I did prepare a little document, a PDF, that contained 5 pages, 2 for today's exercise and 3 for the following video. Today we're going to be grading up to a size 20 for my example. On this first page you're going to have the step that I'll be following, and at the bottom you have 3 measuring charts that I found on internet from different stores, so you could compare, and you're going to see that there's a lot of difference from one store to the other. The next page is some more measurement for the plus size garment. You're also going to have the 3 last page that is going to be the steps for the modification to have a good fit for your plus size bodice, and also little design for the front and the back. We already have the first measurement we need, that is the bust measurement for the block that we're starting with, and this is half a bodice, so the total is going to be 101 centimeter. But to that measurement you must subtract the ease that is included in your block, and in this one it's a 4 centimeter ease all around the bust. So my real body measurement that goes with this block is 97 centimeter. Now the next step is going to be to measure yourself or the person who you're doing the block for. Measure them at the bust level. For my example, I'm using the first chart that you have at the bottom, and for the size 20 it's 122 centimeter. Then we do the calculation. We need 122 centimeter, and we subtract the measurement that we already have, the 97 in this case. That gives me a total of 25 centimeter missing all around. That 25 centimeter we have to divide it by 4 because we're working on a quarter of a garment, so each side seam will need to enlarge by 6.75 centimeter. Now for the next step, I want you to take your ruler and just indicate from the 0 point your measurement that you need for each quarter. Here it's 6.75, so I could see it clearly. Then when you're finished, you take your tool-fully grading ruler and you're gonna come on the side seam, one of the side seam point, with your ruler that has the right measurement. Then take your ruler and place it on your grading ruler. We'll start looking at the basic size here. So I place my 6.75 right on, and I'm going to just move my ruler down so I could see if one of the grading point is matching with my 0. If you see over here, it's right between the 2 last size, so it doesn't fit perfectly. So what I'll do is I'm going to move it towards one size smaller. So I put my 6.75 there and I'm going to move it down, and now you could see that 6.75 is on the red dot and my 0 point is at the green dot. So I could use these 2 points to grade my bodice up to a size 20. Now just to make sure you're not going to forget, you could just do a little mark on your grading ruler so you remember that your basic point will be the red and the green one is for the grading of the size 20, and that's going to be the same thing for all your grading point. Now when you're finished, if you want to put your ruler clean again, just use a normal eraser and just erase your mark. Even if the pen says permanent, it should go quite easily. We're now ready to start grading up to the size 20 that we need. You trace your block all around, indicate your pivot, and let's see how the grading ruler works. We place the ruler the same way that we trace the bodice. We'll start at the neck and we'll go all around, finishing with the pivot of the dart. So if you remember, we said that the basic size was the red, so I place my red right over the trace line of my paper. I'm going to pivot my ruler until my grain line is parallel to one of the line on the ruler and just point the light green dot. Now the next point is the dart, and both points are going to have exactly the same grading, so we use that one on the ruler, and we're going to place the red dot right on the trace line. Again, the grain line parallel, and I just point out the green dot. I move to the other side of the dart, the red right on, again the grain line parallel, and I point out the green. Continue to the shoulder and armhole point, red right on, grain line parallel, and point out the green one. For the next point, you're going to take your block again and you're going to put it back on your trace line. Just indicate on both your block and the paper the shoulder blade area, so you could grade it using the corresponding point on your ruler, and this is going to help you to control the armhole. So I place my red right on, grain line parallel, and I point the green one. Now let's move to the underarm point. Again, the red one right on, parallel, and green point. Now we go to the side seam and waist point. Then we will do one side only of the dart, and the other one will get it with the block. We need to grade the center front, so the red one on top, and I point out the green one. And the last one, it's the pivot. So again, red one over, parallel, and the green one. Now the grading is complete. We just have to connect the dot, and I'm going to start with the straight line. So already I could do the side of the dart that I grade. I could do my waist, the side seam, and both sides of the shoulder dart. The other line that you could do right away is both sides of your shoulder dart. Now it's time to take your block back, and we're going to find the second notch and the jog for the waist dart. So just put your block right on the graded notch and keep your center front parallel, and just trace from that notch the jog and the other notch. Then you could finish your waist and trace the other side of the waist dart. Using your block, you could also do your jog for the shoulder dart right away. Place your block over the graded point and just trace over the jog. And we're going to start doing the two curves we have to do, the neck and the armhole. At the neck, you place the block right in the middle of the new point and the old point. Place your center front area touching the neck that you trace. And you're going to trace a little bit, maybe halfway, then move your block a little bit towards the final destination, trace, and one more time. For the armhole, you do the top part first, so put the corner of the block on top and touch the shoulder blade area that you got, the reference, and just trace. Now for the bottom part, you're going to place the corner of the underarm point halfway between the new point and the old point, and just touch the shoulder blade area. Trace until 1 or 2 centimeters below the notch. Then move the corner towards the final destination to be able to trace little by little. And that's it. Your front size 20 with standard measurement or standard grading is complete. Now let's do it one more time with the back. So trace all around on a piece of paper, and this time for sure you have to flip your ruler to have it on the same side that you have your trace line. And we're going to go all around, starting at the neck again and finishing with the pivot. At the neck, again, my red dot right on, hold it, place your ruler parallel to the center back, and point out the green. Now for the shoulder blade dart, I'm going to use the same shoulder dart on my ruler, and I'm going to put my ruler on both sides of the shoulder blade dart. First time, parallel, and point the green. Then you move to the shoulder and armhole point. Always parallel and point out the size that you need. Now just like we did on the front, place it back on and just mark a little higher than the notch. I mark on the block and on the paper. Now we could continue with the shoulder blade grading, parallel to the center back and the green. Now underarm point and the light green. Same thing at the waist. Now just like we did in the front, only one side of the waist dart, the center back, and the pivot of the waist dart. Now it's time to connect the dot. We'll start with the straight line just like we did on the front. I'll do the waist, the side of the dart that I graded already, the side seam, both sides of the shoulder. Now it's time to take your block back again, and we're going to complete the waist dart by placing the block right over the graded notch. Keep your center back parallel and trace the jog and the notch that is missing. Now you could finish to trace your waist and do the second side of the dart. At the shoulder, we're going to place the block right over the graded point, but this time you're going to keep your block parallel to the center back, trace notch, jog, notch, and the pivot. Now I could trace my new shoulder blade dart. Then I'm going to start doing the curve, starting at the neck, placing the corner halfway between the new and the hold neck point, and the other side of the block when it touched the neckline. Then you could trace for a little while and then move your block in direction of your final point. Now at the armhole, we're going to do the top part, placing the block right on, touching the shoulder blade reference that we have. Then the underarm point halfway between the new and the old point. Then touching the shoulder blade grading, you're going to trace until about 2 cm under the notch. Then move your block in direction of your final point. Et voila, you have complete your back grading to a size 20 and your front pattern also. So for the next video, make sure you're ready and just cut all around both back and front new pattern. We're done for today. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you don't miss the part 2 where I show you how to do the modification on the plus size bodice block. Thanks for watching and I see you next time.